Food is everywhere now, and so is the price tag that comes with it. The question I get asked constantly is it actually worth it? Does organic food really lower your cancer risk, or it is just clever marketing on an expensive label? Here is my honest answer. It's not a simple yes or no. So let me walk you through the actual evidence so you can decide for yourself. Not based on fear, not based on marketing, just facts. I am Dr. Reena Jain, cancer nutritionist. Let's get into it properly. What does organic actually mean? Organic farming restricts or completely avoids synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, and chemicals. And yes, organic produce does generally test lower for pesticide residue than regular produce. That part is not marketing, that's shown consistently in lab testing. But here is the real question. Does that lower pesticide residue actually translate into lower cancer risk for you and me? That's where things get more complicated. What the research actually shows, the biggest, most quoted study on this is a French study that followed almost 69,000 adults over several years. It found that people who ate organic food most often had a noticeable lower overall cancer risk compared to those who rarely ate organic. The strongest drop was seen specifically in lymphoma and postmenopausal breast cancer. Sounds convincing, right? And it is worth taking seriously. But here is the catch. A 2025 review that combined results from multiple studies found that overall evidence is still not conclusive. That French study only tracked what people said they ate. It wasn't a controlled experiment. And people who chose organic food also tend to exercise more, eat healthier overall, and be more healthy consciously in general. Separating it's the organic food and from it's their overall healthy lifestyle is genuinely hard to do. Even major cancer research bodies take a measured stance here. While these findings are interesting, there is actually stronger, clearer evidence pointing to other factors mattering more for cancer risk. Maintaining a healthy weight, staying active, eating plenty of vegetables and fruit, organic or not. What about pesticides themselves? Here is what the research does support clearly. People who work directly with pesticides, farm workers who spray fields and handle these chemicals daily, do show a higher cancer risk. A 2024 study found high occupational pesticide exposure linked to higher rates of leukemia, lymphoma, and cancer of the bladder, colon, lung, and pancreas. That risk is real and well documented. But the real question is whether the tiny trace amounts left on your washed vegetables carry that same risk. And right now, the evidence does not clearly show that they do. So certain specific pesticides have been classified as probably cancer-causing, and they do show up on some regular produce. That's a fair concern, but it's a very different thing from proving what eating washed regular vegetables causes cancer in consumers. The evidence for that specific claim just is not there yet. So what should you actually do? For most people, here is the honest priority order. Eat more vegetables and fruit, organic or regular. More is always better than less. Someone eating plenty of regular vegetables is in a far better position than someone eating barely any organic ones. Wash everything thoroughly. This alone removes a significant amount of surface pesticide residue. Not all of it, but a meaningful amount. If you can afford organic and want to prioritize it, that's a reasonable choice. The research in its favor isn't nothing. If organic is not affordable or accessible for you, don't let that stop you from eating vegetables and fruit. The benefit of eating them outweigh the theoretical risk or trace pesticides residue. If you want to be selective, focus your organic budget on the produce that typically carries the highest pesticide residue. Things like strawberries, spinach, and pepper consistently top this list every year. The bigger picture here, that is what actually concerns me about the whole organic conversation. Getting stuck on organic versus regular can distract you from changes that matters far more your cancer risk. Are you eating enough plants at all? Is your diet full of ultra-processed food? Are you maintaining healthy weight? Are you getting enough fiber and variety in your what you eat? These factors have much stronger, much more consistent evidence behind them than the organic debate does. Put your energy and your grocery budget into eating more whole, varied plant-based food. If that happens to be organic, wonderful. If it is not, that's still miles ahead of an organic biscuit that still processed sugar and refined flour. So let's bust a few organic myths before we close. A few things people genuinely believe that are not quite true. Organic means zero pesticides, not accurate. Organic farming allows certain naturally derived pesticides. They are generally considered lower risk, but organic does not mean pesticides free. It means different rules, not no rules. Organic sugar, organic biscuits, organic chips are healthy. This is one of the most common traps. Organic sugar is still sugar, and organic biscuit made with refined flour is still refined flour. The word organic on a packaged processed product does not cancel out what's actually inside it. So always read the ingredient list, not just the front label. Local farmers' produce is automatically better than the organic. Not necessarily local produce may or may not use pesticide. You had generally need to ask the farmer directly. Local guarantees freshness and often supports your community. It does not automatically guarantee lower pesticides use. If I can't go fully organic, there is no point trying at all. This is a myth that causes most damage. Partial efforts still count. Being selective about a few high residue items is genuinely useful. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Where organic matters less, the other side of the list, we spoke about the dirty dozen produced with consistently higher pesticide residue. But there is an equally useful list on the other side. Certain produce consistently test very low for pesticide residue, organic or not usually, because of thick skins or peels that are removed before eating. So avocados, pineapples, onions and cabbage are common examples on this list, sometimes called the clean 15. Why does this matter for your wallet? Because if your budget is limited, you can comfortably buy the regular non-organic version of these items and redirect your organic spending towards the high residue produce instead. This is exactly how I think about my own grocery list. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about spending strategically where it actually makes a difference. Here is my own honest practice. I choose organic for specific items when I can. I wash everything thoroughly and I genuinely don't lose sleep over the rest. The single most powerful thing you can do with your grocery budget for cancer prevention is fill it with vegetables, fruits, whole grains and lentils in whatever form is actually accessible to you. Does this organic quotient come up in your house as well? Tell me honestly what you actually do. I'm genuinely curious. Drop it in the comments.